I forgot how to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to an all-new episode of Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartoris, and I'm so happy to have you guys here with me today. Man, what has been going on? I don't know why it feels like I'm so far out of the loop, like it's been so long since I've been in the booth. It hasn't, obviously. It's only been a week because, your boy never misses a beat. He always stays on track, no matter the odds or no matter what life throws down of inconvenience in front of my Mr. Vision path. I always stay on. I always get back on the track, and actually I never leave the track. But you know what I'm trying to say. I never miss an episode ever. That was a vow, and I will continue to brag about it until I slip up. But until then, I will always remind you how awesome and faithful and dedicated and loyal I am to appearing on your screens once a week. But yeah, it feels weird. It feels like I'm out of the place because it's been kind of busy lately. But yeah, it hasn't even been a full 7 days, really. And actually, I did a practice podcast, so really it's been even less time than that. So I don't know why I feel so weird, but I feel weird nonetheless. We'll see how this episode goes. I'm just ready to jumpstart into this, see if we can start having a great weekend together. I hope you guys are having a great time. I don't know what you're up to. I'll ask. I'll say, hey, what are you guys up to? I know you can't answer, but it's a psychological gesture that makes you have an interest in me because you could see me having an interest in you. Air. Gotta remember to breathe. But yeah, you're feeling that. You feel like, oh man, he cares. And then you return the favor, ask it back to me and say, I wonder what he is up to. He cares about me. Let's see. And I say, hey, this is what's been going on with me. So lately, guys, I have been having a dilemma of thought about what is the deal with calendars. This isn't some sort of, I don't have a punchline. This isn't what's the deal with calendars? I don't. But last year was the first year I had ever bought a calendar, okay? And when I was trying to find one, it was hard because there was a plethora of anything, any kind of theme, show, TV, character, you name it, right? It was a calendar. You could find anything you want, from Ninja Turtles, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, SpongeBob, Star Wars, Marvel, clouds, rabbits, tigers, lions, and bears. Oh my. You could just have anything you wanted to put up on your wall to display the monthly flipping through the calendar year. And I thought that was cool, but also I was like, man, what do I want? How kind of character? What am I going to do? Eventually I settled on the Ninja Turtles, and it was a great calendar. Served me well through the whole year. And I was excited, man. I was excited, like, wow, I get to go through that same process again. I get to look through all these themes and see, what am I going to put on my what am I going to put on my wall this year? What's my calendar going to be? So I was rolling through this thing, and I spent a long time. That's why it took all the way till February for me to really decide. But I was looking through January. I was like, no Ninja Turtles, no Looney Tunes, no Tom and Jerry, no SpongeBob, no freaking, Cartoon Network, anything, no Disney Channel, no Disney, nothing, no nothing, no nothing, no nothing, right? I'm talking like the biggest things you can think of, Star Wars or Marvel. Nothing. I can't find any crap. I'm looking for 2022 calendars, like 2021. I don't know what happened to calendars, guys. So I'm looking through this thing constantly. There's no 2022 calendar. You can maybe find a couple generic lame pieces of crap calendars, but there's no official calendar things like it used to be. I don't know if people are just like 2021 was the last year. Like, you know what? That's it. We're done making awesome calendars. You took too long. I don't know how long you took because we're done with the calendars now, but it felt like a long time and we're not doing it anymore. So I'm really bummed out that I couldn't find one. So I actually settled on some knockoff Looney Tunes one. I was like, you know what? Maybe this will work. It should serve. I get to see the backdrops. It looks like it's kind of okay. And I ordered it. I'm like, I'm going to get myself a Looney Tunes calendar. And I got it and it comes here and it's so cheaply made. Okay, it looks like someone just grabbed a bunch of Google images and just printed them out on paper and stapled it together. And by it looks like it, I mean that's what they did. It was nothing but that. It was just Google images printed on there, and now I got this freaking paper mache looking thing hanging going up on my wall and trying to act, like this was a justifiable purchase, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It's sad. So I don't know how to feel about it, but I do know that I'm really curious about what is happening to calendars. Did the people of calendars, did the freaking Mayans go on strike at one point? They're like, yeah, we're just not going to count. We're not going to do with the years this time. And if that's the case, do I need to be keeping track of the days in the first place? I don't know. And maybe that's why I feel so out of the loop, because my calendar sucks. Maybe it hasn't been 7 days since I've been on the podcast. I have no idea. But yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. It's been a problem, and I just really want to get to the bottom of it. But what are you gonna do? I'll have to wait till next year, maybe see if the calendar business is booming. But yeah, well, we don't know when that is. We don't know. Like my calendar's so cheap, like the months are just like blending together, kind of water washed, and so if I just start singing, "Hey guys, Happy New Year, we did it," and you're like, "Hey, it's August 13th," you'll know that I've really taken a turn for the worse. But yeah, I don't know what it is, and I'm not a big fan of it. So if you guys could know any place where people make really good knockoff calendars, people are like really staying true to the calendar business, the calendar game, and counting the days right in a thematic sense, let me know, because these people online are taking advantage. They're taking advantage of me. That's all I got to say on that. What else has been going on, dude? Last episode, I talked a lot about my bowels, okay? And I apologize for that a little bit, just a little bit. But like I was saying, when you get so comfortable talking about something, you just keep on doing it. You don't really think about how weird it could be. But side note, naming the podcast Dying of Rhea, genius! Because he keeps naming the episodes in a genius fashion. He's just good like that. He's good at naming things. Applaud for past. It's not for me, so it's not arrogant, but this is for the past me that was there, and he's almost like a separate person, so we can applaud that and acknowledge his successes. Well done. So yeah, I guess the only thing to say about that is that the diarrhea stopped, guys. Yeah, I know people who were slightly invested but didn't want to admit it really did care about my bowels and really did care about the runs, and they said, "I hope you get through it," and I did. So you can put that in your calendar. But yeah, so I got through that. Everything was all right. We were kind of floating and boating and feeling better, and then we get smacked with constipation. You're like, oh my gosh, he's doing it again. He's talking about his bowels. And I'm like, yeah, just for 1 second, real quick. So listen, I had both there's only two problems you can have with your bowels, right? You can have the runs, and you can have the hide and seeks, right? Just nothing's happening, stalemate. It's a tug of war, basically. If there was two Olympic Games, if there was Olympic Games to describe the bowel movements that you have a freaking sprint and you have tug of war. Two problems. I had all of them, okay? So I was really confused because one moment my bowels were just like, go, 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 go. And I'm like, stop, enough. And I'm complaining. And they're like, right then, there, boy. What are you going to do about that, huh? You don't like it, do you? And so I'm like, what accent was that? And why? So then they just stopped and they quit. And I was upset. And I had, and again, I was like going to the doctor. I was saying the same thing. I was like, this doc, I got all the problems. What do I do? And and nothing really happened. But we got through it eventually, kinda. Did we? Listen, that's a long story. But I'm not really gonna go on my bowels anymore because I know we've kind of exhausted, every avenue of that. But that was just the beginning of the week. Okay. Like I said, we finished that. We're 8 minutes into it. I want to make sure I'm not taking the whole podcast, so I don't have to, come up with another freaking toiletry name for this thing because, I've only got so much wordplay in me. So anyways, that was the beginning of the week, and then, like I was talking about the sales, the guy calls me up, and he's like, "Hey, Monday, right along." And I'm like, "Oh, shoot. I'm not ready." But okay, this was like, Sunday morning or something. It's like, okay, well, my sleep schedule sucks. I don't feel prepared. But oh well, let's go get into it. Let's just try and attack this business head on. So I go out there Monday. I wake up bright and early, like a freaking, so I've never really been up that early, so I don't know what wakes up that early, but I was there. So we get out there, like, the day's not important, but we're just kind of going through everything. We spend a lot of hours, and then this is where I feel like the day, like this whole week has just been going really slow. So I go through this whole thing, and they're like, "Okay, do you feel like you got a pretty good grasp on the business?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, but whatever. I guess fine, I'll try." So they're like, "Okay, well tomorrow, you're done. You're going out on your own." What? So I'm not going to lie to you, dude. This is probably what helped with my constipation is that I'm a nervous pooper, okay? So when he said that, I went, oh, no. So I was like, oh, crap, literally. So I was both excited and very nervous and running out of toilet paper fast. Let's go. But yeah, so they sent me out on my own the very next day, Tuesday. I'm rolling around. I go out in this thing ready. And I'm thinking, you know what? I am ready. I'm tricking myself. I'm getting the confidence. I'm walking with a certain type of swagger that I could go and sell somebody some life insurance. And I should also mention that I should probably stop saying this on the podcast. Like, hey, this is my first day. I don't know what I'm doing, because if when I start selling, and I have sold a few things, but if they find me, they find the podcast, they look this up and they're like, wait a minute, did he just say he doesn't know what he's doing? Did this kid just say he started yesterday? I'm like, oops. All right, just oops. That's all I can do. But yeah. So I should probably be careful about that, but I won't, because I'm a free spirit. So anyways, yeah, I go out there. I'm trying to walk with the right amount of confidence and everything that, goes into being a proper good sales boy. But these doors are just not opening. They're just, nobody's answering. I don't know what to do. Like, hey, it sucks. People don't answer sometimes. That's just the way it goes. People don't answer. And it's good because you just still have these leads and whatever, and they're not burnt out, so everything's still good. Everything's okay. It's not like a full rejection, something, it's a half-decent day overall, but nobody answers. I don't know why. I came up to the door, singing, smile with a face. I showered. I look. I smell. Great. But yeah, we got no answers. But the following day, I'm like, we're gonna luck out this time. I'm walking with the same thing, and I get to these doors. Bang, bang, bang. Hey, what's going on? These people are not having it. They're not ready for me to be at their door. They don't want me to be at their door. And I was trained for all kinds of rebuttals and objections when people say, no, I just don't really want this. Hey, no, not the right time. You should have called. You should have been. You should have. And I was trained to have like a rebuttal for everything about this. But what I was not prepared for, some people, dude, some of these older people are ruthless, and they do not like you at all. And that's hard for me, okay? I'm a likable guy. You know that. You're watching the podcast, okay? You're not watching the freaking thing for the lights. You're here for me, and that's okay, because I'm here for you. That makes us pals. But yeah, I was not ready and prepared to have an unlikable nature to me when I'm knocking on these doors and people open up and they go, what? I'm like, so I'm here to help you. I'm like, I don't care. Well, anyways, I just want you to know before I go, just shut up, go, and like, okay, thanks, So it's really kind of baffling, and but that was pretty tricky. It's a hard pill to swallow, as someone who likes to be likable. And the other problem is that I didn't really get a lot of hands-on training with the indoor thing, right? Like when you get into these houses and you're really trying to go through these policies, I have to keep on asking these questions. I hate to, because I hate to be like annoying to these people that are trying to train me, but their whole thing, a lot of their training is all about these door approaches and these deliveries, about just like saying these things right and coming off, credible and friendly or whatever. But I don't have a problem with that, dude. I'm a rock, dude. I'm a freaking rock of friendship. You have it, and it's just solid. Always. And I'm there for you. Like I said, it's a psychological trick where I show interest, you show interest back. I'm not trying to say I'm tricking you, but I'm saying that's just kind of how it works. But at least I'm being genuine. I'm a genuine guy. But so my problem is that I have a little bit of fear of getting into the doors. And I'm sure that kind of translates to where I can be a little bit hesitant, because I'm like, man, I know that I'm such a freaking charming individual that if I get into these people to open the door finally, if they do answer, most of the times I'm going to sweep them off their feet and they're going to be delighted to invite me in, but I might not be ready. Again, probably shouldn't be saying this, because if someone watched the thing, they say, what is he doing? Selling me life insurance. But I'm a free spirit, so I got to continue. So that is a problem. But so I go into this house, and I actually did get a sale, and luckily these managers, they did help me. So that kind of helped with a lot of that fear, because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no training or preparation whatsoever for when I'm in this position. So I'm like, hey, okay, this, all right. Yeah. Anyways, just taking a long time. I can sit there, I can make people laugh all day, and that's where a lot of their training was, to be personable and friendly. But I need to learn how to do the job, right? I don't know if this was explained in a different course that I didn't get, but I have no idea how to do the job. So luckily they're there to actually ride along with me, and with my phone basically, and they'll call, I can actually call them in with a thing. It's a long, complicated process, but the point is, it's scary. Okay, and it definitely did help with the nervous poops. I'll say that much. What else has been going on, dude? What else was going on? Nothing much with that outside of that factor. Yeah, it can just be pretty hard, especially, again, like I'm saying, like when you want to be likable, and then some people just come ready for war. And they were texting me, and I was texting back. I was like, man, it's kind of tough. These people just don't really like you, and I get it because I don't want to be bothering people. I don't want to be showing up like, hey, do you want this? I think what helped me actually start like selling was being just more genuine and like, listen, I can't do the whole salesman thing. I'm just gonna be like, hey, listen, I'm here completely trying to help. You don't want it? That's fine. It's cool. But anyways. When you're getting doors slammed in your face, you're like, dude, I don't know what's going on. They're not liking it. They're not picking it up. And they're texting me. They're trying to comfort me. And they're like, hey, it don't even matter. Like, so many people slam stuff in my face. Oh, you had only 13 people said no. Yeah, freaking 18. I can't tell you how many people don't like me. And I'm like, wait, did we just enter a conversation, like a competition about who's the most disliked? Because I don't want to be a part of that. So it's kind of funny to read these things and people, like they're trying to be motivating. It's like, don't get discouraged because it happens to us. It happens all the time. But it's always just how my comedic or other brain just kind of has a different observation on a different spin. I was like, wait a minute. I don't like this. I don't want it. I don't like to be likable. So again, I'm only like 3 or 4 days in right now. I lost track of time because my calendar sucks. So it'll be nice to continue on that and kind of find my reins with it. But yeah, we'll see if I stop talking about this in the future because I really don't want to I'm trying to be very friendly with these people and say, hey, this is what I'm up to. You get a really personal relationship with these people because it's real and it's deep and it's a strong relationship. So if they have any actual personal knowledge of me, they will find this show. And you'll be watching this right now. Hey, how you doing? I hope you appreciated the life insurance I did sell you. It is still very valid. I didn't skip any, hoops. I jumped through all of them properly and professionally. I do want you to know that. See, I'm covering my butt right now. This is damage control. Skip that part. And I just want you to know that everything is properly taken care of. Truthfully. But also I'm so happy that you found the podcast. So hey, congratulations. Hope we can keep having some more time together. And if you need any more updates on your policy, let me know. Gotcha. Anyways, dude, what else is going on? Not much. That's kind of been the biggest pickle for me is just like working this other job, but also trying to keep all the other ventures like, oh, I gotta keep doing these auditions. Okay, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta get ready for the podcast, gotta do that, gotta make sure I don't get to do anything, gotta not be constipated. There's all kinds of things that go through your brain, and things that don't always come through your butt, but eventually you get nervous enough, you do. I'm gonna stop talking about it. I don't know why it keeps coming up, but sometimes what's on the brain, it keeps coming back. No. So what else is going on? What else have I been up to besides that? I'm trying to think. I know there's got to be something, but I think that really is it. It's really but just been what's kind of floating around. But as far as interesting thoughts, dude! I'm supposed to start the show. Listen, if you're one of the new life insurance clients and you just found the podcast, just know that usually at the top of the show, we kind of do an interesting thought segment where we say, hey, what's Tristan thinking about? What are the interesting thoughts that Tristan's been thinking that may or may not be interesting that he's got to stop thinking or having these thoughts? That's what I do, and I don't have the freaking thing. I don't have the intro that I keep saying I'm going to have for the past month and a half. I have to beatbox. I have to acapella it. So get ready. Skip the details and the plot. These are some of my interesting thoughts. Thinking, what's it thinking, what's it thinking? Something interesting here. He comes with the thoughts sporadic. I don't know. I'm not a rapper, but you felt that. You felt it. Anyways, guys, what's been on my brain? What have I been thinking about besides all that? I've been super busy, but your boy's brain still runs wild. I'm still Mr. Fish. And when I get knocked off my track, my brain goes somewhere exciting. So again, this isn't super profound, but this is just what I've been thinking. I know sometimes it sounds like I'm, drunk or like I have drugs when I start saying this. So I just want to preface it with, it's a little weird, but that's just how I think, guys. I was walking down the stairs last night in the dark with, like 4 plates of food because I was hungry. And, there's no more story to tell there. And, like a 5-star waiter, I was carrying everything super proud. And I was walking down these stairs and I was like, it's dark. It's scary. And I'm walking down these stairs and I'm not missing a beat. Bang, 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 bang. And I'm like, holy crap, my feet are reading the language of the stairs. It's like stairs have a very unique language as you go down. It's like you're thinking, hey, he's lived there for how many years? Of course he knows the stairs. But no, dude. You walk down, how many times do you walk down a new flight of stairs and you stare down like this? Never, right? Because you take like 2 steps and your feet automatically read the language, the landscape of these stairs. You're like, okay, I've got it. I've understand it. And how unique is that? I thought that was crazy. That was just so interesting. I was like, dang, I'm bilingual in steps because I stay like 18 steps ahead, and we keep riding and rolling and moving down or up, it depends on, where your life is. But, we're riding through these flights, just so glide and flow, and just, it's perfect. And I thought that was so unique and special. I was like, dang, it's kind of crazy how fast you can read and pick up a language like that. It's unlike any other language, but I'm going to need to say the stairs have their own language, so step your game up. It's wordplay. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking about. And every time I think about the stairs now, and you will too. So not only does the interesting thoughts now, every time you say interesting, you go, what's you thinking about? But you also go down the stairs and you go, wow, I'm bilingual. Unless you already speak another language, then you're saying something else. But yeah, isn't it? It's fascinating, guys. It's weird. It's crazy. It's exciting. So, maybe your day is going to be pretty boring, and then you're like, man, I don't really have a lot of things going on, but you're carrying a load of laundry, and you're walking down the stairs, and you go, hey, I think he's got a point here, and you're welcome for that. So it's exciting. Unless, there might be some problems. I always assume that, like, everyone is the same, so if I'm wrong and you're walking down, it's like, oh, wait, I don't need to look down at the stairs. And you always look down at the stairs, but you just take my word for it because, like Tristan said, I'm bilingual. I read the steps right. It's a step 4 program. 4 steps. Step 1, good. Step 2, full. Because if you don't know the steps, if you don't read the language, I'm sorry, because I don't mean to lead you astray or, to the ground. But yeah, that is it. That's what I want to talk about. Interesting thought-wise. That's what's rattling around my brain. It's interesting to me, and I will continue to do that because even in the midst of craziness and the chaos, my brain still wanders. My brain still finds something interesting to think about. And again, these might not always be interesting to you, okay? They're interesting to me. It's not interesting thoughts for you. It's my mind. If you ain't interested in it, too bad. Because I'm on the podcast. But anyways, guys, I think that's all I have to talk about this week. Next week should be a little bit better. I'm going to try not to talk about the insurance thing so much, unless we find some fun people or exciting. Like I said, there was just one lady who was pretty ruthless. She was like, no, what? How could you say that? I'm so sweet and adorable, and I smell great. I'm devilishly handsome. But she didn't want any part of it. But the people I have sold to, they've been super nice, super great, and it's amazing. I'm just saying this, kind of cover my butt in case you are watching. But, if you are watching, I'm still being genuine. I'm just also saying it just so you know. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This has been Full Circus. My name has been and is been and will be Tristan Sartoris for the remainder of the calendar year, however long that is. We don't know. Anyways, guys, I will be back next week. Again, we don't know when that is, so it could be, I might have made the podcast 2 days ago. I really don't know. Could have been 2 weeks. We don't know. But, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you whenever. And this has been Full Circus. Love you guys. Peace. See you in the world. Silly things. Here I go.